Welcome to this edition of Tech Trends. If you like Nigerian food, then you will love our mobile app of the week. Our Tech Tip segment is on deciding the type of personal details you should share with internet companies. And don't forget, we have a cool gift for you on the giveaway segment. This is Tech Trends, and I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.
Story of Remington is a story of failure.
Startup Friday is a monthly event organized by the Office for ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship for New Businesses. The event took place in Victoria Island, Lagos, although it's usually been held in Abuja.
For your donation towards this Startup Friday.
This episode of Startup Friday was exceptional as one of the most successful incubators in the world, the CEO of Y Combinator, Michael Sibel, was present. The panel, made up of the Acting Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Vincent Olatunji, the CEO, Precise Financial Systems, Yele Okeremi, the Senior Partner at Strachan Partners, Yemi Kadir Johnson, and the National Coordinator of ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Bumi Okunowo, moderated the session. The panel discussion ranges from intellectual property to the role of government in supporting tech entrepreneurship and how to raise funding from foreign investors.
Generation of ideas is such a valuable commodity which is being renewed at a fast pace within Nigeria, and the law must advance to meet that commodity because the value to our future is immense.
Startup Friday is one of the biggest startup group building events in Nigeria that is helping new companies to interface with financial specialists, mentors, buyers, partners, experts, designers, and policymakers.
We need to create a platform for them to come together, to network, to come together for partnership, to come together to meet with investors who may be willing to invest in their products and solutions. And yes, some people didn't have this kind of opportunities. They struggled all through to get to where they are today. But I think the role of government is to be able to create the enabling environment for them to thrive. And that is why we are trying to do through a platform like this. And at in Nigeria 2060, we are still going to do the same thing. All we are trying to do is to, one, identify available talent in Nigeria, the potentials that are available in Nigeria. How do we harvest them, move them to the next level, in our quest to create that pool of ICT SMEs that will take Nigeria out of recession.
The focus of the office is to promote the development of the startups across the country, working in collaboration with ecosystem players like the accelerators, the incubators. And you will realize that government has a convening power. That power is that can bring many players into one room and creating an enabling environment, the environment that allows all the players to contribute and add value to the systems.
As at the fourth edition in July, the number of participants at the event grew to 974 co-founders with 74 investors, developing a total of 25 startups being given seed funding and access to national and global platforms. According to the company chief and tech billionaire Elon Musk, SpaceX is developing a massive rocket and capsule to transport large numbers of people and cargo to Mars with the ultimate goal of colonizing the planet. At the International Astronautical Congress meeting in Guadalajara, Musk outlined his plans for the Mars rocket, capable of carrying 100 passengers plus cargo per voyage, as even SpaceX is investigating why a different rocket carrying 200 million Israeli satellite blew up on a launch pad in Florida earlier this month. Although Musk says he foresees humans living in a large colony on Mars, he added that one key issue will be getting the cost down low enough to attract willing volunteers.
Really the key is making this affordable to almost anyone who wants to go. And we think, based on this architecture, assuming optimization over time, like the very first flights would be fairly expensive, but the architecture allows for a cost per ticket of less than $200,000, maybe as little as $100,000 over time, depending upon how much mass a person takes.
SpaceX intends to fly to Mars about every 26 months when Earth and Mars are favorably aligned for flight. Musk said he would like to land people on Mars as early as 2024. NASA's first human mission to Mars is expected about a decade later. NASA is supporting SpaceX's first mission to Mars, which is targeted for launch in 2018. SpaceX wants to send an unmanned capsule called Red Dragon to the surface of Mars to test ascent, entry, and landing systems.
I think as we show that this is possible, that this dream is real, not just a dream, it's something that can be made real, I think the support will snowball over time. And I should say also the main reason I'm personally accumulating assets is in order to fund this. So I really don't have any other motivation for personally accumulating assets except to be able to make the biggest contribution I can to making life multiplanetary.
In his remarks, Musk says there will be no guarantee of survival for anyone signing up with SpaceX for the incredible adventure of a trip to Mars. Thousands gathered for the 20th Tokyo Game Show for a peek at the future of the gaming world. Many have been foreseeing that virtual reality will stamp another age for gamers, bringing players a new immersive way to experience games.
I think VR makes gaming more of an experience. I think it puts you deeper inside a game, deeper inside a universe or a situation that you've never imagined before. And that's the most interesting games I've played so far. The most interesting demos have been where I felt displaced from a really loud trade show floor. I'm in this game, I'm in space, I'm in this haunted hospital, whatever it is. It just puts you there in a far more realistic way than playing towards a TV.
Players in the gaming scene foresee that this year points to the beginning of a mass adoption of virtual reality. At first, the main forces behind VR were companies such as Oculus and HTC, which created headsets and controllers particularly for the PC market. However, numerous gamers are put off by both the underlying expense of PC-based VR and the challengers have to move up to guarantee you can play the most recent recreations. But with significant gaming organizations joining the brawl this year, expenses are required to fall, opening up new conceivable groups of onlookers and applications for the device. A number of booths offering visitors the chance to experience VR and take a peek at up-and-coming titles that would offer support for the new format line the halls of this year's Tokyo Game Show.
The mobile platforms are, clearly multi-use devices for both productivity and entertainment. We have traditionally and sort of continue to focus on sort of bespoke entertainment devices. It's what a console is for. I'm not saying it's just for games, but it is designed for the ground up to be a high-end entertainment device, and that's kind of why we carry that philosophy through into VR.
Earlier this month, Sony revealed the specs of PlayStation 4's new PlayStation 4 Pro that strives to bring improved graphical fidelity.